I've been using 3D printing to make custom Lego pieces for a little over 2 years now. And since we made quite a few projects, so I thought I could give a brief overview of all the notable things we made to see just how far we've come. I've timestamped all the different 3D prints, so if you'd like to skip to one that interests you more, feel free. Now, we'll go in chronological order. The first thing we have is this minifigure made from a wood-based material, giving it its unique texture and feel. Unfortunately, this guy cannot move, but at least is roughly the size of an actual Lego minifigure. And can also fit over studs. Next we have mini versions of the original lineup of the 6 Bionicles. These were actually the first pieces I designed myself independently for the most part. And they fit on both studs and minifigure torsos. Now the reason I said for the most part was because there's this minifigure head file peeking through the bottom of each, allowing them to connect to pieces. Now things started off a little more experimental in 2025 with this tiny minifigure, testing the limits of my printer to find out just how small a print can get. And the best part is it's still compatible with Lego pieces in all sorts of ways. Since my old printer could only print in one color, I printed the figure in red, painted the legs blue, and printed the face on a sheet of paper. And of course, after making the tiniest fig the printer could handle, we had to make a bigger one. And just like his little brother, he's also compatible with Lego. Unlike his tiny counterpart, he wasn't printed in just one go. And this allowed the figure to be assembled and be fully articulate. Next up, we got this damaged Darth Vader minifigure, but specifically the helmet. I was lucky enough to find a regular Vader helmet file online, which saved a lot of time as I didn't have to make it myself. The original plan was to print the basic file and then etch a hole out with a drill, but then I realized that I can just make the damage details in the software I use for designing and make my job a whole lot easier. I also played around with the aesthetic potential that this helmet had, and that's why we got 2 versions of damaged Vader. The last thing I printed in 2025 was this collection of the mini Lego Spacemen in almost all the official colors. They connect to pieces and are almost the same as Lego's official versions but with a more expanded color palette. Next up is this samurai-inspired Imperial Stormtrooper. I think this might be the most complex 3D print we've seen on this channel so far, and all the decals you see on him are custom designed by me. He was also the first print on my newer printer, which could print in multiple colors and use a 0.2mm nozzle. Which means it can make things twice as detailed as the old one. I worked on this guy for over a year, but I struggled a lot with actually printing him because of how detailed the helmet was, so I'm really glad after all the time we finally have a finished version. And last, but certainly not least, is this Lego Spaceman that glows in the dark. And just like the larger figure, he's also fully articulate. And it glows quite well too. The fig was printed using a 0.2mm nozzle as a 0.41 was just not precise enough. Well, thank you so much for sticking by on this one, and I hope you found it interesting. Going from prints that can be posed or combined with other Lego pieces to complex ones that do both. And with everything said, goodbye.